everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am your host, Rashid White, and my co-host, Barrick Burrell. He is back in the house.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
All right. It's been a long hiatus, but he's back. But let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. Frank Vogel dismissed from the Los Angeles Lakers. And there's actually rumors of the Pacers actually trying to get back in contact with him and get him back to a coaching position. But before we actually get into that, Barry, was Frank Vogel deserving of this in a sense, though? I mean, was this his fault? I'm hearing people in media saying, "Hey, Frank Vogel blames some responsibility." I mean, he didn't assemble the team. And I mean, Rob Pelinka in his press conference earlier today, I heard him take full accountability in terms of assembling the roster. And if the pieces don't work.
Well, yeah, listen, man, because the bottom line is Vogel is the head coach or was the head coach of a team that was assembled. And there was some imprint or blueprint led by, Mr. LeBron James, Mr. LaChina, who basically had his hands on the assembly of this team. But, you're talking about 18 months from when you win the world championship. 18 months from when you win the world championship. You win 127-98, and you get fired. You get fired because Westbrook can't shoot the ball, can't lay the ball up. You get fired because AD can't stay on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Can't play defense.
Can't play defense. You know what I'm saying? So you have
backdoor screens. Backdooring. Nothing. Just standing there and So I mean, this is not on Frank Vogel. And if you actually look at his tenure with the Indiana Pacers, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals twice.
Yeah,
and that's just the whole thing. You ran into a great player like LeBron James, just like John Stockton and Karl Malone did.
Yep. And
there's a lot of teams that actually ran into the Los Angeles Lakers back in the '80s days. And the roster for Cleveland at the time was just a much better roster. Indiana had only one high percentage one-on-one player. The rest were role players. And, if you want to win a championship, you need at least two high percentage one-on-one players. Indiana only had one. Cleveland had two.
And that's the thing, too, when you look at this Laker team, although LeBron James had great numbers at age 36, this team was on the floor together. This trio was on the floor together for 21 games. They went 11-10. You only had this team for 21 games. You never had a chance to see what this team can do.
Yeah. But if you look at Frank Vogel, the Lakers missed it was like 6 postseason appearances there. He actually wins the championship. And they can say whatever they want about the bubble championship, but if LeBron is actually saying this is the hardest thing that I ever had to do in my life, then you can't say, oh, the bubble was just nonsense or anything like that. You can't have it both ways, right, Barrett?
You can't, but you had time to prepare. The bubble was what it was, and the Lakers were the best team of that particular, play-in, if you want to call that. But Vogel has to take a little blame for certain things too, because he had a bad rotation concept. And he took criticism for that. I can't knock him for that. But this is a defensive.
You want to go over their roster? Look who they had. There was just nobody there. You had a lot of old guys, and they don't play hard in the beginning. That's why I said with veteran teams, give them like 25, 30 games before you truly start judging them. We were a bunch of old guys going out there and playing some.
Exactly. That's why I made that. Exactly. That's why I made that comment about them having 21 games together, because you really couldn't judge how to. And that's why Vogel probably should have gotten another year. But AD's not going to be a healthy player, man. For whatever the reason, this man cannot stay on the court. LeBron's getting older, and obviously Westbrook's not the same player. For whatever that is.
Yeah.
So you're talking about you got to come back with the same team next year.
After the bubble championship, he came into camp out of shape. So right there, that shows you his commitment right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you do with him, man. He's there's not that many. What makes LeBron James, like Durant, Michael Jordan, so special is that it's about legacy with these guys. I mean, they play like they broke. Most people, they do what they got to do to get a contract, and they just take their foot off the gas. I mean, that bubble championship was a contract year for Anthony Davis. He got paid, and that's it.
But let me tell you something else that we really got to jump on, though, bro. You know, we talked a lot about Alex Caruso being gone. We talked about, you know, KCP going, Kyle Kuzma going.
And they didn't want to pay the luxury tax for Alex Caruso.
Right. But you know how much Caruso's helped the Bulls? You know, I mean, come on. You have to look at the fact that you don't have an outside jump shot that to rely on to spread the court. Everybody's bunched up in the paint.
Yeah.
And this is, you know.
It's like playing 1990s basketball.
Yeah. you can't just come out there. And that's why I say you cannot blame Vogel for this. You really can't. And the fact that you almost had DeRozan. You almost had Buddy Hield.
That's the thing. Come on. That DeRozan in San Antonio, I mean, he wasn't having the great, you know, he didn't look like the DeRozan of Toronto. And nobody actually saw him as an MVP caliber player.
Well, he didn't have to be, but the way this man has stepped up this year, you sit back as a Laker fan, you sit back from Rob Pelinka's position, and you say, wow, had we had this guy, we had Buddy Hield. No, you passed off on that to go get Westbrook. This was LeBron's doing. I don't want DeRozan. I want this man Westbrook to come over here. And look what happened. LeBron's got to take some of the heat on this too.
Say that Frank Vogel's not an alpha male. All right, that's fine. But then Pelinka is saying that he wants a coach that is going to hold players, including LeBron James, accountable. So guess who that is? What do you think?
Oh man, well you can get Tyronn Lue, but you know who you had on that bench was Jason Kidd. You know who you had on that bench was Jason Kidd. You let him go.
Doc Rivers is the only one that'll probably get up in LeBron James' face and Anthony Davis' face. And look what
Philly's trying to but Philadelphia is starting to question Doc Rivers as well. I mean, but he's a great coach. But you do need an alpha male in that locker room to keep those guys in order. And there's not that many guys out there that can do that. But the Lakers are going to have to find an alpha male, and they're going to come back with this same team. Because quite frankly, you can't trade Westbrook that much. Where's it going to go? No one's really raising their hand to come get Westbrook. You know, no one really wants AD either because he's not a healthy player. So you got to come back with this team
for the Indiana Pacers to actually get him. I mean, he's owed $5.2 million next year. So if he actually becomes the coach of the Indiana Pacers, and this will make Rick Carlisle move into like the shot caller position there.
Yeah, it'd be in a managerial position.
Yeah,
he can work as a GM or whatever the case may be, whatever they can have. He's a smart guy, Carlisle.
Yeah,
very smart guy. So I mean, we'll have to see how this thing plays itself out. But I just want to say it's just unfair that somebody has to take the fall for this mess, because you know the guys that are really supposed to be taking the heat for this is guys like LeBron and Pelinka. They should be more or less the guys taking the heat, and Vogel should have at least another season with this assemble of a team, hopefully staying healthy, and then you find out what's really going on. But unfortunately, Lakers are not playing that role. So we'll see how they play it out next year.
We'll see exactly how everything goes. All right, we'll wrap this video up. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.
Peace out, guys.